In this video we will learn about the recalls module. The recalls module is used to contact patients at a later date to book in a follow-up appointment. This could be either 3, 6 or 12 months in the future. To access the recalls module we go to the patient menu, recall patient. First of all we'll start by adding on a recall type. So if I select recall types at the bottom, first of all we need to give our recall a name. So we enter in the name of the recall. We can then select the time frames. It can either be days, weeks, months or years. You click into the required box and enter in the information you need. We can then select the letter template. So from the drop down next to patient we select adult recall. You can add and amend templates by clicking on the add and amend templates. For more information on adding and amending templates, please refer to the video and the user guide on our website. Once we've added on the recall type we click OK to save, and that's now on there for us to use at a later date. So now we will book a patient on for a recall. So if we go to the patient menu, recall patient and recall a patient. We type in the name of the patient we're looking for and we search by using the magnifying glass at the end. For more information on searching for patients, please refer to the video on our website. Okay, once we have selected our patient, we then need to select the type of recall. So if I click the drop down, and the one we've just added will be in the list. The calculate date will be from today. We can then see the time frame that we set up. You can override this if you want to at this stage to change it to a 3-month recall. The system will then automatically populate the recall date. We can also tick recurring. What this allows you to do is once this recall is marked as satisfied, the system will automatically prompt you to add another recall on for the same type. Okay, we can then select the recall method by clicking the drop down. So we can either set this to telephone, email, SMS, whichever option in the list that the patient requires. We then click OK and it will then add the patient to be contacted at a future date. To view these at a later date you can go into patient details, you can access your patient in the normal way. We can then go to the clinical tab and we have an option here, show existing recalls. And once we select this we can then see our recall in the list. And from here we can manage the recall by clicking manage recall at the bottom. We can mark it as satisfied, we can cancel it, we can send the letter again, and you can edit or delete the recall if you need to as well. So if I click OK on here, click OK on here. Okay, next we'll run a report on all the new recalls due. To do this we go to the patient menu, recall patient and report on new recalls due. We type in our dates at the top, or we can click the drop down next to dates and we can select one of the preset options in the list. So I shall select all future dates, which then shows our patients that are due for a recall. So you can see it's broken down the different methods. So this patient has requested a telephone, whereas this patient has requested a letter. So to generate the letters we just click generate recalls and the system will print off all the required letters for you. If the contact method is telephone, from within this screen you can right click on the patient and we can come down to contact information. We can then get the patient's contact number and we can give them a call. If the patient would then like to book in an appointment, from the menus along the top we can click on clinic list, which takes us straight to the clinic list to book the patient in for an appointment. For more information on adding appointments please refer to the video on our website. If this patient had then just booked in an appointment we can then click manage recall and we can mark the recall as satisfied. It's important that you mark the recall as satisfied once the patient has been booked in for an appointment. Otherwise the system will constantly warn you every time you access the patient that they have unsatisfied recalls. The system will also prompt you when you're booking in a new appointment, asking you if you would like to mark this recall as satisfied. Okay, if I click cancel on here. We can also add recalls from the clinic list. So if I go to lists, clinic list, we would find our patient in the list. We would then go to patient, recall patient, and from here it will take us to exactly the same screen we were on previously to book in our patient for a recall. If we were adding a new appointment we would click new appointment, we would find our patient. This is how the prompt will look, so we can click yes, we can select the recall, click manage recalls and mark it as satisfied in the process of adding an appointment on. This concludes our video on the recalls module.